Whether you're a photographer or videographer, lighting is key. It's something I've had to learn a lot about whilst making YouTube and other videos. When Aputure launched the Amaran 100 and 200 series at the end of 2020, I saw it was a really easy way to upgrade to consistent colour because Aputure has a really good reputation, I already knew that, and the Amaran range finally brought them to within my price range. I was lustfully looking at the 300D Mark II lights, but I knew I couldn't afford them. But the 200X gave me a lot of that same performance at a much more affordable price point of around $350 or about £340. I acquired one of them in early 2021, and then actually relatively recently I acquired a second so I could move my lighting to purely Aputure, at least in this studio. Now, I've been really happy with the 200X. I did a separate video on it, linked above, but at NAB this year, which is a trade show aimed at broadcasters and other video makers, they launched the 300C and 150C. Now these continue to be part of the Amaran lineup, so slightly more budget orientated, but they're full colour LED continuous lights. So they are essentially RGB WW LEDs, red, green, blue, white, white, so they can produce any colour in the light spectrum pretty much. Now I ordered it the usual way, but somehow managed to get a really early delivery. I did order it within an hour of them launching, and I thought I'd do a bit of a video on it because I've been actually making videos with the lights for about a week and a half now, so I feel relatively well informed to talk about them. So hopefully you'll find this review useful. First off, let's look at the light itself on arguably my worst light stand, so do forgive me, but the other ones are in use, logically enough. The Aputure Amaran 300C is significantly larger than the 200X, and from what I could tell, the 150C is a similar kind of size, so they are much larger lights. If I remove the reflector, you'll see when we compare it to the 200X, they do have a similar-ish but different design. So you still get the same Bowens S mount on them, which is great. It means you can add any accessory you want. But the actual LED unit is actually slightly more pronounced. It sticks out of the unit quite a bit further than it does on the 200X. And they seem to have a much thicker protective layer on the LEDs of the 300C as well. Now, I'm not surprised because the biggest difference I've noticed straight out of the box is how much more heat the 300C creates. Now, given the much larger LEDs, the LED sort of unit they're using, that's not surprising, and it's not a bad thing. It's just something you need to be aware of. The 200X essentially cools the unit through a series of heat sinks which are towards the top and pulls air through with a fan from the bottom. Now, the heat sinks are pretty much as wide as the actual light, and it's the same thing with the 300C, except the 300C is significantly larger, so therefore has significantly more in terms of heat sinks. You can see the whole honeycomb structure of the top is kind of similar to the 200X, but the 300C is much larger and it uses a much larger fan. Thankfully, it's no louder than the 200X, so it's not going to impact your production values, but it's nice to know that they've really thought about cooling. It comes with what I can tell at least is a very similar hyperreflector as the 200X, except that the actual tiny little mirrors inside here, I'll call them, are slightly finer than in the 200X. So presumably this is going to give us even more reflectivity than the 200X is. So the 300C comes with a slightly amended hyperreflector, and the easiest way to tell them apart is it's a different color. Simple enough. While we're talking about the main differences, one of the criticisms, which I think was fair, was the very plastic nature of the mount on the 200X. There are definitely people out there that have had problems with breaking their mounts by over-tightening them or running into other issues, and I'm pleased to say that this is one of the things that Aputure really has addressed with the Amaran 300C. The actual mount unit itself is now metal. It seems to be cast metal of some kind. It feels very, very, very solid, which is excellent. It's using a nice metal mount to attach it to the light as well. It's a huge improvement over the mount that they used on the 200X, and I'm really pleased to see it. One thing which is maybe a bit of a shame is the actual tightening mechanism does have a plastic handle. Now, I feel if that was metal, it would feel really premium. But I can't forget that this is actually a budget product despite the price and performance, so it's absolutely fine. I can totally forgive that. Just something to be aware of. Another difference is that the power button and the power input is actually now underneath the light. It's on the bottom. Again, it doesn't really affect how you're going to use it, but it is something that you may want to keep in mind depending on your setup. I'd almost forgotten, one thing I also wanted to mention was the pretty awesome box that the 300C comes delivered in. Customs kindly cut this one open to double check it, but better safe than sorry. But usually Aputure ships these in cardboard boxes, which I haven't found amazing for storing the lights in. This, on the other hand, is it's actually molded polystyrene, but it is really cool in terms of design. It locks nice and easily by just pressing down the locks on the side. The irony there. Also has a carrying handle. It feels incredibly solid, and if you wanted to store your light for longer periods, it's absolutely fine. And I think in a pinch you can use it as a carry case too, if you're even going from job to job, because it's certainly safe because it's completely polystyrene and therefore your equipment is safe. So that's really good. And the last thing I'll mention very briefly is one thing I do like is they've now put a red sticker on the front of the protection cover for the LED. That's really good because if you accidentally put this on the light and turn it on, the light produces more than enough heat to melt it. So having it being red, you will at least see that it is on, unless of course you have the light in red mode, then you might be out of luck. But at least it is there, and this is a good step in my opinion. Now, turning the light around, the actual controls are very similar to that of the 100 and 200 series. You have two knobs that you can turn and press to control all the functions, except that the functions are now obviously expanded to take into account the additional capabilities of this light. So in that case, you have your standard Bluetooth reset button, and then you have your left-hand knob, which changes the light mode and the brightness of the light. And then you have your right-hand knob, which will change the color temperature or the color of the light, depending on which setting you're in. And it's pretty simple to use, to be frank. I'm quite glad they haven't changed that. The screen size is the same. And to be frank, they don't need to change that either, because the most important thing is that this does use the Sidus Link app wirelessly over Bluetooth, which allows you to change all of the settings and much, much more. While we've actually got it here, the actual unit is fairly heavy at 2.6 kilograms, just under 6 pounds. Again, that's not hugely surprising. The actual power supply actually weighs around 600 grams, so that's quite heavy, but it has to account for the fact that this obviously takes in a lot more power and needs a larger power supply than the 200X. Again, not a huge surprise, just something to be aware of. I do really like the improved Bowens lock, or rather the unlocking mechanism for the Bowens adapter. It's now a nice button that you can just pull back on the top left of the unit. On the 200X, it was a tiny little pin that you had to pull back. I never felt that it felt particularly good, so I think that the way they've done it on the 300C is a massive improvement. While we're here, we may as well have another quick look at the mount. As I said, it functions in the same way as the 200Xs. It's made a bit better. It does also continue to include the umbrella mount as well, though do bear in mind that is plastic, so try and be gentle with it just in case you potentially break it off, like I might have done on one of my earlier lights at one point by accident. Another reason for me upgrading was to have a light that was even brighter than the ones I have. The larger the light modifiers that you use, the brighter your lights really need to be to make effective use of them, and so the 300C is capable of outputting up to 20,000 or just under 20,000 lumens at 5600 Kelvin, so daylight color temperature, whereas even the 200XS, which is the new version of the 200X, will only output around 17,000 lumens. So that's quite an improvement. And as I said, it's just something that having that extra bit of range certainly doesn't hurt. The app has presets for what you'd expect, you know, standard daylight and early morning sort of light and that kind of thing. But where it really gets interesting is when you get to the full color modes, because this light will literally output any color that you want. And don't get me wrong, not everyone is going to have that need or requirement. But for me, having the flexibility of saying, actually, I do, for instance, want to light up this background with a slightly different color, I can do that. And having that ability and flexibility is something that I wanted to have. Because it's not necessarily just, you know, creating a massive green blob behind me to match the sign, but it's also giving me the flexibility to give background accents or to use an accent light with a different color, which I just currently can't do. And it is kind of fascinating how much you can do with this app. I love the fact also that you can use the Sidus Link app and the camera on your device of choice to actually match a color as well. So if I wanted to match the blue from this tablecloth on here, I can do. If I want to match the blue of my Elgato wave panels in the room, I can. And it's just that kind of flexibility and quick use that's really cool. They continue to have the rather fun effects on here as well, you know, whether it's stuff like fireworks or having a TV in the background, or, you know, I could even get arrested by the police apparently using my own lights. The flexibility of that's cool, but for me it's really about having the ability to choose a particular color and use that as an accent light somewhere in my videos. So where Sidus Link really works incredibly well is to allow you to change multiple light units at the same time very quickly with the same settings. At the moment we have the 300C with this rather dashing Elgato blue, and on the right with the 200X I have, or my right rather, we have the 200X with this sort of orangey light. It's about 2700 Kelvin. With the touch of a single button I can decide that both of them are now full daylight. Now I'm slightly too blown out because it's far too bright, but if we turn that down to say 15%, we now have two daylight matched lights, just like that. If I want to change the scene that they're both sort of with that slightly more early morning light colours, I can do. It's as simple as that. And in this particular room, I also have the B7C as the main light, which is there. It looks like a standard light bulb, but it's also full colour, and that will match the 300C regardless of what I do. And again, I can just come in here, press one button, both my 200Xs would choose the same colour as that I've set on the app, as will the main light bulb in the room and the 300C. That's how simple it is, and that is why I've really enjoyed using the Aputure system, because even though these are the more budget-orientated lights, they don't scrimp on features. If you own the 2V mount portable battery pack for the 200 or 100 series, you can use that with the 300C. It's the same 48 volt delivered by the same style connector, so you can use that. It's not something I own yet, but it is something that's on my list. And obviously the 150C is essentially the exact same light as the 300C, just with roughly half the power, which is, again, no bad thing. It's still a hugely capable light. And I mean, as I say, if I turn these up with full brightness, they are far too bright, even being shot at the background. So they are extremely capable lights. I'm sure I haven't thought about everything, and I'm hoping I can do a revisit of the 300C in the not too distant future when I've had a few months, maybe when I've had a bit more experience. But I did want to make an initial video about them because I've really enjoyed using it. It's a really, really cool piece of equipment, which has surprised me in many ways. And if you're considering buying one, I can only recommend it. Yes, they aren't cheap, but if you're a content creator and want a little bit more versatility and a little bit more flexibility, the 300C certainly has some great features. And if you're just looking for a really good standard light, the 200D or DS or the 200X and XS are absolutely fabulous as well. I've really been enjoying it. I would recommend the X version because having the flexibility of bicolor LEDs is very useful. But if you want to spring to the full color version, I can't blame you either. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions about the 300C or indeed the 200X, pop them in the comment section. I'll try and reply as best I can. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, do subscribe. There's loads of different types of content on the channel, so hopefully you'll be able to find something else you want to watch as well. And I promise there will be more video-related content in the near future. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I see you again next time. Goodbye.